Looking for cheap and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins? Head on over to u4gm.com, Madden NFL 21 coins, and use code SPORTS for 5% off your order. What's up, guys? It's Duke back here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 21 tip, I want to break down one of my favorite lockdown coverages on defense in the game that's extremely effective at stopping a lot of the most popular offensive concepts you're seeing online right now. So if you want to play better defense and win more games, this is the video for you guys to watch. The coverage I'm about to show you guys is very, very easy to use, and it's found in many formations throughout basically all playbooks in the game. So this is something that can help everybody. Now, before we get into the video any further, I do want to remind you guys, if you're enjoying our content, please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on. We upload videos every day, Madden 21 tips and gameplays, so you won't miss out when our videos go live. And guys, if you're really rocking with me, smash that like button. It actually helps our channel grow a lot, and the support, I promise you guys, does not go unnoticed. Now, in the meantime, if you're looking to get better at Madden 21, make sure to check out sportsgamers.com. We have the best Madden 21 tips and ebooks out, whether you're looking to get better at offense or defense, whatever level of player you are, beginner, whatever, advanced player, whatever, intermediate player, whatever, we have you covered. So let's get into it now. I want to look at cover for palms. I love this coverage this year. I loved it last year. I think that match zone coverage is better than standard zone coverage on this game because obviously when we're matching, we're bringing man-to-man principles into the defense. And in general, man plays better than zone this year, if I'm being honest. It does. Now, with this defense, cover 4 palms is found in different sets. I'm in the New England playbook here on defense. You know, it doesn't matter what playbook you use because it's in a lot of formations. In New England's anyways, you could find it in, for instance, dime 2-3-6, nickel 2-4-5, you know, just to name two. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at cover 4 palms. So in general, cover 4 palms is really, really good at stopping the meta bunch type stuff. Guys, bunch this year it's always a good offense. Last year it was good, maybe not quite as good as it was in the few years previous, but this year it's all the way back. Like, honestly, it's probably the best passing formation in the game again, and you see people running it left and right. So this is definitely a defense that you can use to your advantage against bunch users, but not just bunch users, compressed users in general, whether it's bunch, tight, split close, whatever. They all tend to like to use the same type of route combos. Maybe not exactly the same, but very, very common. And one of the most common things you're seeing on the game right now is some sort of flood of the zone with, you know, like a flat corner, maybe a streak, and then like a backside, like in or drag type route, right? The reason for this is, well, that's always been a good route combo in Madden with the flat corner streak. But this year especially it is because flats are actually really hard to stop this year. In years past, you could just kind of forget about the flat, play the corner route. You can't do that this year because the flat will get you a good 10, 15 yards a pop easy. So this is a great way to slow down these types of route combos. So I want to look at the play Z-Spot. Z-Spot's really good. I love Z-Spot. You can hit people with huge gains off of this play from just throwing flats, corners, whatever. And a very common route combo you'll see is just like a streak to the outside receiver and like a backside smart route in or something like that. Or, like I said, an in route or a drag, right? So what do I like to do on this defense? Well, first you need to understand how this defense works. It's very similar to cover 2 in the way these outside corners and the deep quarter zones play. The outside quarters are very similar to cover 2, honestly. And these outside corners will definitely match. Now, like here, if we were to do a flat streak corner combo, you know, really what's supposed to happen is this guy right here, the quarter flat, he's supposed to take the flat. This guy's supposed to take the corner out, and this guy's supposed to take the streak. Now, the backside, the quarter flat, that should take any sort of routes going into the flat on that side of the field, whether maybe it's a drag coming from the other side, the running back on a wheel route, whatever. Then, you know, they're supposed to be matching principles again with the safety in the corner over here. Now, just as I want to show you guys as is how it's going to work with no adjustments, and then I'll get into making some adjustments that I like to use to make this defense a little bit better. But as you guys can see, it pretty much works the way I was describing. You can't throw corner routes, you can't throw flat. Like, that bunch side of the formation is going to be locked. Now, The thing about this is, every year I've liked Palm since it's been in the game, more so this year and last, to be quite honest with you, because of stuff like this. Like people that just want to play, the little typical throw a flat corner streak or throw some posts in there, crossers, whatever the case may be. It does a very, very good job. But there are ways you can dump the safeties out and get basically free touchdowns. So while this is good, you have to know that if someone knows what they're doing, they're going to know how to dump these safeties out and get people free streaking down the field. And honestly, until all those like little route combos are played right, which who knows if that's ever going to happen, you have to make adjustments to this defense to prevent yourself from giving up basically bombs. So, what do? Well, the first thing I do is, guys, I like to just pinch my entire defense. The way I do that is I hit R1 if I'm on PlayStation or RB on Xbox, and then down on the left stick. So it just brings the corners up and pinches your D-line. I also like to spy the lefty tackle. If he has some reasonable speed, it's good. And that's the left of screen one, because that's just going to help against mobile quarterbacks. And also, it does defend the short middle of the field, believe it or not, in passes. So I'm just going to go ahead. His icon is triangle, and the QB spy is to the left on the right stick. Then what I like to do is, because I don't want the safeties dumbing out, what I like to do is I put the one on the bunch side in the deep half, which is, you just hit coverage audible twice, which is, for me, on PlayStation, triangle. On Xbox, that's YY. You hit the player's icon, which the safety on the bunch side is X. Then you hit up on the left stick to put them in a deep half. Now, honestly, guys, deep halves are, like, if you have 2 deep halves this year, they're really bad, so I don't like to do that. You can, but there's a better way to do it. What I do is I put the safety on the lone side and the inside third, which the inside third, we get to it the same way, but the actual adjustment for the inside third is to the left on the left stick. Now, for whatever reason, my controller just doesn't want to listen half the time. There we go. The last thing I do is I man up the lone receiver over here with this corner. So now what's going to happen is a few things. This guy's always manned up, so I don't need to worry about him. If I don't want him to press, that's cool. But, like, normally I do have a good press corner there, so I'm not too concerned about it. But, like, if they just start streaking him and whatnot, I can just not pinch the defense, therefore they won't press. But basically now I know that this side of the field, like if they run a corner flat type concept, that's locked. Plus the safety's in a deep half, so I don't have to worry about getting bombed. Also, the safety's going to an inside third, so he's going to sit in the middle of the field. So I don't have to worry about any sort of seams either. Now, I'm always using this 3-rec hook zone, and I'm basically looking at the middle of the field. If I see like one of these guys coming over from the right side of the field on a deep post or like a deep crosser, or something that would a deep this deep zone in the inside third's not going to guard, because I have this guy manned up on this receiver, I have got to watch that. That's the main thing I'm watching for. Other than that, this is really good coverage. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at how this works. So I'm going to try this backside in combo, and I'm actually going to put the running back on a wheel route too, because I do want to show you guys how that will react as well. So take a look, and you guys are going to see. There's nothing open here. Click on, get that pick. And I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what happened in the replay. And I'm just going to go over a few more variations of things that can possibly happen, in a situation like this with this type of coverage. So again, guys, notice still the same thing. The flat's covered by the quarter flat. The corner's covered by the outside corner. And the safety in the deep half is sitting there for the streak. Now, if you try this right here, this is what's going to happen. You try to throw a corner out, this is going to get picked. Click on. That's an easy pick animation, guys. Super easy. And again, that's like an every time thing. You're not going to be able to throw these types of routes on us. Like, we're going to be right here waiting for you. All right. Now, let's back out and let's look at the rest of the play to show the other routes how they were guarded. So the other thing you need to know is that this quarter flat on the weak side, the lone receiver side, if he sees like the running back go out of the backfield like happened here on a wheel route, he's going to guard him. Now, also, if, like I said, like one of the bunch receivers came across the middle on a drag, he would pick him up once he came over the middle as well. But look how he mans up on the running back wheel. That's huge. So we don't have to worry about that. And at this point, I'm just kind of waiting over the middle of the field. Looking, and there's really nothing to guard. They throw a pick. Now, what would happen if they did something different? Let's say like this. They have a drag, streak, corner, something like this. 2 drags, streak, and a corner, right? All right, so we're going to do the exact same defense. We're going to go ahead. Pinch our defense. We're going to spy our D-tackle on the left. We're going to go ahead and man up the lone receiver at the corner. We're going to deep half the safety on the bunch side. We're going to always put the opposite safety on the lone side in the inside third, and then we're going to use it a 3-rec. So same coverage. Now let's see what happens with the play on offense, right? You guys can see, again, there's literally nothing open. I literally, as my user, I don't even have to do anything because there's nothing open. So take a look at what happened here. I could have literally just not even been on the field. That's how boxed up everything was. So, again, look. What's going to initially happen is, again, we have this guy manned up. So he's always going to be manned up. And then, as this quarter flat on the lone receiver side recognizes there's a drag coming over, he checks him. Now, the corner is still being guarded by our deep zone over here. He actually almost got double teamed. But then at the last second, this guy stopped and kind of just stayed at home. And then the streak, I mean, there's 2 safeties there, so you can't really do that either. I mean, I guess I could have guarded him off the snap, so you can't just do a little quick seam. But other than that, there is nothing here. So it just basically resulted in, there's nothing open. So I can't really roll out or scramble breeze. There's a spy anyway, so I have to take a sack, right? So, again, very, very good coverage. Now, like I said, you will need to watch out for things like deep crossers and posts coming from the bunch side. That is something that could give you problems. So, like, say, I don't really have the exact play I would like, but, I can mimic it with verticals. So, let's take a look here. Verticals does have a deep crosser from the bunch side. So, let's take a look. So, again, I'm going to pinch my defense, spy this guy, man up the lone receiver. Same setup. Deep half the safety on the bunch side. Inside third the safety opposite. I know that might sound like a couple adjustments, but I promise you with quick adjustments, you can do that so easy. It's not hard to do at all. Now, the common setup people run with verticals is this right here. They're going to go ahead and do some sort of drag, streak, motion this guy out right. Now, this is a deep crosser, so take a look. We have got to defend that. See, that's our responsibility. There's nothing else that can beat us here, but we have to just recognize that because we man up the lone receiver and then put the 2 safeties that would normally match, one in the deep half, and then the one on the lone receiver side and inside third, anything that's going from the bunch side that could get, into this little area right here, past the safety, like kind of right in here, that's going to get open. So that is our job to look for that. That's mainly what I'm looking for. If I see a deep cross or a deep post coming over here, I have got to guard that. So since I guarded that, they have nothing else. Again, the streak, he's guarded. The wheel, he's guarded. And, the drag, he's guarded too. So, again, as long as you're aware of your responsibility, there's not much going on here. Now, at the end of the day, could someone, if you just ran this every single play, draw up an exact route combo that could spring somebody open? Yeah, However, what I will tell you is this is extremely hard to beat from bunch running the meta, running the constant meta stuff. It definitely can be beat, but it's very difficult to. So another very common play, bunch trail. Now, we're actually going to show you guys what happens if they use some motion here to the opposite side of the formation. All right? So let's take a look. Same setup. I'm going to just do it very quickly, and we'll be good. And again, my controller sometimes doesn't want to let me do the right playmakers. There we go. But here, this is a very common setup people run right here with this little motion. Now, if you see this motion, guys, sometimes you're going to have to, with your user, just be aware. If you see this guy that's coming in motion, just going on some sort of route down the field, you're going to have to check him. But otherwise, you guys can see, there's really not much open. You notice that the drag did get open as it crossed the middle, so that's really in a game like what I would end up using. But as far as everything else, we would have liked this guy to been smart enough to just keep matching, or at least switch off, but unfortunately they weren't. That's what I'm saying. There still are little bugs here and there because really they should have been smart enough to switch off, but they weren't. But you guys can see, again, the corners boxed, the trail routes boxed. The post does have a little separation because obviously Michael Thomas is good. But the thing is, because I have the safety in the inside third, he's just waiting for him, and then there's a deep half over here, so that's not going to get open. So really all I need to do is just go guard the motion guy across the field on the drag. Now I just want to show you guys what I meant though. There are some little things someone could do if they realize what you were doing. Every single play you just kept doing the same thing, no adjustments, and if someone was smart, they could take advantage of you. And the way to do that would just be something very simple. Like, let me just go ahead and show you something now. Just get this guy out of the way, right? Just motion this guy over on a fade or something. Get him out of the way. And then because, again, remember, guys, you have that guy in an inside third. If you don't go over here and guard it, he's naked, right? So you just got to be aware of the little things that could happen. As long as you take it away yourself, there's nothing. So just know that if we have that guy manned up, the lone receiver, and then obviously the safety on that side is an inside third, he's not covering the sideline. If you see any routes going from the bunch side over there, or if you see someone go in motion and streak down the field after the snap, you have got to guard that because that is your responsibility. But other than that, there's nothing. Corner, boxed. Drag, boxed. Trail, boxed. Safety's deep. Scramble taken away with the spy. There's nothing. So you just got to watch out for that yourself, and there's nothing else they can do to you. I mean, as far as the common stuff people do. Like I said, if someone knows you're playing this every down and you never play any other coverages, yeah, someone can attack you. But if you mix this in with other coverages, and like I said, these types of formations have a ton of coverages, so you can mix stuff up. You're going to give the people that are wanting to run the meta, bunch, compressed type offensive formations that, like I said, you see everyone using nonstop, you're going to give them problems. So hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Like I said, it's one of my favorite coverages in the game to use. I love to mix it in with some of the other stuff I posted coverage-wise between man and the cover 2 stuff. So I promise you guys, you mix in all these coverages together, you're going to be a problem on defense.